you're watching this video, maybe you're broke. Maybe you're trying to figure out how you can make more money, but you're a little lost and you don't know what to do. So stick around because I'm going to share with you what I did to develop certain skill sets that allowed me to make an income no matter what I am doing. So here's a problem that a lot of people, especially if you're younger, you're going to face, right? You want to maybe make money, maybe you want freedom, you basically want to make an income online and things like that, right? And so when you go on Google and stuff, you're going to see so many different options of different ways to make money. Passive income, affiliate marketing, drop shipping, Amazon FBA, the list goes on and on and on and on. So what is a skill that you should actually focus on depending on your skill sets and what you want to do, and that will actually pay off in the long run? So for me, when I was starting out, especially in the beginning, like you don't have a lot of money, you don't have any connections. When you think about anything that costs money, like if you have to spend money on ads or inventory and stuff like that, it makes it very difficult to start, because what if you just lose money? And a lot of people actually just lose money, like trying to do drop shipping and paying for ads and it doesn't work, or like trying to sell something on Amazon, buying product and it doesn't sell, right? So there's a lot of headache when it comes to that. So the thing that I've actually realized is that if you learn the skill set of selling, then you actually can make an income doing many different things without having to risk any of your own money, right? And when I say sales, specifically, I mean, one of the most powerful skill sets is actually B2B sales, which is what I talk about on this channel, right? So selling on the phone, selling through email, selling in person, selling through a video chat, talking to another person or another business in order to close a deal. So this is what I found one of the most effective ways to generate income. And it's not the most sexy, it's not the most talked about, right? Because you're going to see all these other subjects like Shopify dropshipping. They're going to be way more popular on YouTube. But what people don't realize is that the more popular something is, the more saturated it is, the harder it is to actually be successful at it. And a lot of times, if everyone's talking about it, the opportunity is probably too late. Although people still can make money, it's still harder than it was before, right? But when it comes to B2B sales, this is something that's pretty untapped because it's a skill set that not a lot of people talk about. In general, people don't like the idea of selling. But once you kind of understand what it is, it's going to open your mind, right? So first of all, B2B sales, it's really just you're selling to another person. Pretty much majority of businesses need B2B sales, right? Whether you're an agency, whether you're selling an online course that's super expensive, whether you're selling coaching, consulting, software, these all require B2B sales, right? For me, my background was working in tech, doing B2B enterprise sales at Oracle. And when you're selling into a hospital or a marketing company or a manufacturing company, it has to be another human being talking to another human being to make a deal happen. Nobody buys $100,000 software just from the website, right? There's no option to buy. You have to talk to somebody over the phone in order to purchase these things. So even if you're selling like Google Ads, social media marketing agency services, right? Those have to be sold over the phone as well, right? And so this is a skill set that is in high demand. If you believe that the world works and runs on B2B sales, which in a lot of ways it does, the problem that a lot of businesses have is they don't have enough salespeople in order to sell these products and services, right? So you might see like high ticket sales, inbound closer, like those kind of things becoming really popular online, right? In those situations, all it really is someone has a coaching program, an online course that they're trying to sell for a high price. Usually it's like $2,000 or more. And then they need someone to talk on the phone with a potential customer and basically sell that package. All you have to do is really pick up the phone and sell that thing to another person, and that's it, right? And so you don't have to spend any of your own money. You don't really have to have any experience because sales is a skill that pretty much anybody can learn if you put in the time and effort, and you can just get started right away, right? And there's a lot of companies that are actively looking for good salespeople. You can work at a freelance, make money based on the commission on everything that you sell, which is fine. And you could also go with a salary and commission, right? So for me, when I started my career at Oracle, I had a base salary and then I had commissions. If I did my job well, my commission would far outweigh my base salary, which it did. It worked really well for me. And even if I didn't sell anything, at least I had the cushion of a salary. So if you're starting in sales, and especially in tech sales, like there's a lot of opportunity to get a high salary and high commission. So this is the skill set I really recommend anybody, because in the future, let's say you learn the skills of selling, whether it is like you're working at a company, you're freelancing, whatever it is, you're selling something over the phone, or maybe you're generating leads through cold email or something like that in order to generate sales, whatever the case is, it's still sales, right? From there, what you can actually do is once you have the skill set of selling, you can transition that into starting your own business. I started in tech sales, and then I basically created a business around teaching people how to sell. I basically taking all the experience I had in selling it into like coaching programs and online courses. And then from there, when I got into Web3 and NFTs and crypto, I started a Web3 accelerator helping other projects, with their projects. With that, I have to do a lot of B2B sales. As long as I know how to sell to someone over the phone or video chat on Discord or whatever, I'm able to generate an income, right? Because I learned that skill way in the beginning of my career is highly relevant now. It's literally the same thing. And I know in the future, like 10, 20, 30 years in the future, I will always be selling in some capacity, right? Whether it's talking on video, which is selling in itself, whether it's talking on the phone or maybe getting lunch with somebody and trying to convince them to work with me, it's all sales at the end of the day. It's all people skills, all persuasion. And that's a skill, I think, probably one of the most important skills that somebody can have, especially if you are more of an entrepreneurial person, because if you know how to sell, everybody wants to work with you, right? Like for me right now in the NFT space, because I know how to sell things, I can help people sell their project and things like that, everybody wants to work with me because they're wondering, how is Patrick doing it? How is he selling all these things, right? So it gives me the option to be able to be like, hey, I want to work with you. I don't want to work with you. I want to work with you, because technically if you can sell, you can work with anybody, right? Because everybody wants to be friends with the person that can actually generate revenue. So now maybe you might believe that sales is the way to go, but where do you actually learn it? So for me, when I started learning sales, I first started learning at Oracle, taking like training there and stuff like that. What actually took my sales game to the next level was actually studying different books, taking online courses, listening to audio tapes, listening to people who are better than me at sales and had styles that I want to emulate, and just practice, right? And so that's part of one of the reasons why I created my master course, Sales Legacy. If you want to check that out, it's saleslegacy.com. Link is also in the description, where you have a 1-hour free training to learn more about sales and learn about the program. But anyways, in that course, I basically talk about everything you need to know about sales, from getting a sales job, how to generate leads, whether it's cold email, LinkedIn, cold calling, which most companies do, right? Usually it's only 3 forms of lead generation. From there, what do you say on the phone in order to close a deal? How do you give presentations? How do you negotiate? The whole shebang. I put it all in that course, one place where you can learn everything you need to know about sales. For me, and if I was younger and I was trying to get into sales in a modern way, right? Not the old school sales, but like a fresh way that works in today's market, taking an online course, probably one of the fastest way to do it from someone who's experienced, right? So saleslegacy.com, if that's something you are interested in. And really all you have to do is go through the course, do the homeworks in the course, practice with yourself, practice with other people, get a peer, pretend to do your mock phone calls, and you just practice. But the key is you have to find someone that actually knows what they're doing, so that the things that you're copying actually worked, right? And so because I worked at Oracle and at Y Combinator-backed startup, started my own business, and now I'm even continuing to sell in my Web3 agency, helping other people sell like NFT projects and things like that. It's very relevant information that still works today. This is a little bit of a plug for people who are interested, but saleslegacy.com is one of the best ways to learn. And if not that, find different other sources, whether it's books, YouTube videos, which are free, right? That'll get you started. But learning in a very structured way, I do highly recommend it, right? So you can start from beginning to end. If you're watching from a lot of random videos, it does work. It gives you a tip here and there, but it's not like a clear, concise course from start A to Z. The final point I'll make for this video is that, maybe you want to get into sales, maybe you want to learn sales, but the problem that a lot of people have is that they're not motivated. You might be broke, maybe you want to make more money, maybe you want to make income, great. But why is it that a lot of people don't actually do anything even though they feel all this pain? For me, the things that motivated me the most, especially when it came to like sales and business and entrepreneurship, is usually I had some kind of problem in my life that I wanted to get rid of or I want to improve. Back in the days when I was living in San Francisco in my first Oracle job, my base salary was okay, but then the first few months I wasn't making any commissions, right? So I was basically living off my base salary, wasn't saving any money. I was living in a house where I didn't really like resonate with my roommates that much, and I wanted to like move into an apartment in the city and things like that. And I just wasn't in the best headspace, right? So I was just trying to get out of that situation. So for me at that time, I was like, man, like my life kind of sucks right now. It's not very fun. I need to make more money to escape this situation. Like honestly, that's really how I felt. So every day there was like this burning desire for me to make my life better. And I felt that at the time, all I had to do was generate more sales, learn this skill set, generate higher income, and then get out of this house, first of all, move into my own apartment, or maybe with another roommate that I actually liked. It took me 1 year to do that, but within 1 year, I became one of the top reps at Oracle in my category, and then probably one of the top when it comes to the people that, just joined the company for 1 year. And it really did change my life, right? And it also gave me confidence because I knew that, no matter what happened, I can just always go back to sales because I can generate income doing that. If you want to change your life, you want to be motivated, you have to figure out like, do you even want to do it? A lot of people are complacent and they have no need to make any changes. But for me, it's really digging deep and imagining like what I want my life to be and seeing like where I'm currently at now, thinking like, okay, what do I need to get from here to here? My vehicle to get from point A to point B was literally sales. I was like, if I learn how to sell, literally all the things I want in my life will come true. And for the most part, it did set me on the right path. Not everything came true, but it allowed me to gain the confidence to then start figuring it out once I had more income, once I had more headspace, once I, had a better living conditions. And that helped me quite a bit. So motivation is really all personal. You got to figure out what motivates you, what change do you want to see in the world, or even if you think more selfishly of what you personally want as an individual, which is okay too, right? I'm not here to judge anyone, but you have to really dig deep because if you're just doing it for money's sake, it's not as fun and you probably won't be as motivated. But if there's a deeper intrinsic reason for why you want to do something, you're going to find the fuel to do, the crazy things that other people aren't willing to do. With that said, that's everything we got to cover for this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to give it a like, subscribe, turn on notifications. And if you want to take your sales game to the next level, you want to learn how you can use this skill set to transform your life, make sure to check out Sales Legacy, and I'll see you inside.